Welcome back to another episode of Spectacular Comic Book Spoilers. This is where we catch you up on some of today's comics, but we strongly encourage that you go out and actually read the full comics, buy the full comics, so you can see everything that happens. We can't tell you everything, but we're going to tell you some of the big stuff. Sadly, we're a little rushed this week, so we have 2 spoilers, but they're good ones. We're going to look at All New X-Men number 7 and Stormwatch number 17. In All New X-Men, the young X-Men from the past are still trying to deal with being in their present. We see Cyclops in Manhattan. He's going to a bank. He's got this really awesome disguise. The reason he's there, he wants to go to a safe deposit box. He's not sure if it's still there, but he knows that he had a safe deposit box in his time, when he was a kid, when he was himself. So he's hoping that his adult self still has the safety deposit box. He manages to convince this teller who's like this super mutant fan. She's like, "Woo, it's Cyclops, I know who you are, but you look like you're 40 on TV." He opens a security deposit box and he finds a bunch of money and a passport and a wedding invitation. Unfortunately, this bank teller's co-worker doesn't feel the same way about mutants. She's like, "This dude, he's wanted, he's a terrorist." Calls security, but luckily Wolverine arrives. "Are you done wasting my day?" The guards are all excited. They draw their guns. Wolverine doesn't want to do it. He pulls out his Avengers card. He's like, "Shut up, or I'm going to chop your hands off." When they get outside, Cyclops is shocked to discover it's not Wolverine. It's a dude looks like a lady looks like a dude. It's really Mystique. They have a little pleasant conversation, and Cyclops is like, "I don't know how I feel about, all this bad stuff that I'm going to become." And Mystique tries convincing him that Hank, the older Hank, had the right idea by bringing them to the present. She feels that, young Cyclops can stop old Cyclops. No one can do it but you. No one can walk up to you and shut you down. You're Scott Summers. Even though older you is off the rails, everyone has such respect for what you've done, the sacrifices you made, that nobody wants to no one has the guts to just end you, but maybe you do. She puts some more thoughts into his head and she leaves just as the real Wolverine arrives. Back at the school, we see Kitty Pryde. She's in charge of the young X-Men. She is giving them some training. Iceman has a problem with this, but of course, Kitty shows him what's what. And it ends with Wolverine and Cyclops coming back, and he shows Jean a certain item that was in the security deposit box. In Stormwatch number 17, continuing from last issue, Midnighter and Apollo are in hyperspace. Midnighter is trying to knock some sense into Apollo. He powers up just in time to save them, but of course Engineer, she's not happy. With the 2 heroes arriving in Western Australia, Engineer presses her attack against them. As this happens, Hawksmoor and Emma arrive. They're hoping to save Jenny Quantum, but with Engineer being tied into the ship, she easily teleports them out of there. As Engineer unleashes her plan, Eminence of Blades, he's not so sure where he fits in here. She quickly demonstrates how she can simply annihilate a population, and she further explains she wants to wipe the slate clean. She wants to destroy the entire human race. Harry won't stand for this, but he doesn't have much choice. Engineer still feels something for him, sort of, and she says that she wants to keep him around as a memory of who she used to be. Midnighter and Apollo make their way to Moscow, where they are soon attacked by Zealot. Midnighter tries to explain that they are really who they are. She has no reason to attack them. It looks like they're gathering forces against Engineer, but she makes a call. "This is Engineer, your new master. You will obey my instructions as you once obeyed Brother Eye." Who is she talking to? She's talking to a certain person in the Detroit Star Labs, and that's going to cause some problems for the next issue. So there are your comic book spoilers for this week. Hopefully you're enjoying these series. You definitely should check them out. A lot of cool stuff is happening here. You are now ready to go out and buy these issues, you're ready for the next issue as well. Make sure you spoil responsibly and try to read your comics before they get spoiled.